All right. So hi everyone. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome back once again to another class of PIB Current Affairs. In today's class, we are going to talk about the PIB news from 19th and 20th of February 2025. I hope you guys can see me properly and can hear me properly. If yes, please give me a thumbs up. And today's class, guys, has been postponed to 8 p.m. And this change is only for today because there were certain technical issues and that is why the class could not be conducted at 5 p.m. Okay, so this change is only for today, and rest of the days the class will take place at its normal time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Good evening. Please give me a thumbs up if everything is fine. If you guys can see me properly and can hear me properly. Good evening, Ashish. Destination Pratima. All right. I believe there's going to be very less number of people today because of the changing the timings. But okay, that's fine. People can watch the session later on. All right, let's talk about the very first question for the day. Very important question number one. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements with respect to the labor force participation rate, and you have to identify the incorrect statements. Now you must be wondering why we are talking about labor force participation rate. ऐसे suddenly हम इसके बारे में क्यों बात कर रहे हैं? We are talking about LFPR because the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has released the quarterly bulletin for the period of October to December 2024 of LFPR. LFPR का quarter bulletin for the period of October to December 2024 release किया है Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation ने, and that is why we are talking about it. ठीक है? Now do remember this PLFS periodic labor force participation rate. I think it is PLFS. One second, guys. Yeah, this heading must be PLFS, periodic labor force survey. ठीक है? This question also भी यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ हो गई है, मैं आपको ये सही कर देता हूँ. This is not labor force participation rate, it is periodic labor force survey. Periodic labor force survey. ठीक है? LFPR तो उसका एक कंपोनेंट होता है. ठीक है? Periodic labor force survey Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation ने लॉन्च किया है. So for the very first time this PLFS was launched in the year 2017. PLFS was launched in the year 2017 by NSO, National Statistics Office. Now, why it was launched? It was launched because the NSO considered the importance of availability of labor force data at more frequent time intervals so that the government, the agencies can design policies for betterment of the labor force, right? Now, the objective of survey is twofold. Number one, to estimate the key employment and unemployment indicators for the urban areas only in the current weekly status. I'll tell you about the current weekly status, don't worry. So पहला objective क्या है? Key employment and unemployment indicators निकालना for urban areas only in the current weekly status, right? And the second objective is to estimate the same indicators, employment and unemployment indicators, in both usual status and current weekly status, now in both urban and rural areas. पहले वाले में सिर्फ urban areas in the current weekly status, दूसरे वाले में both urban and rural areas in both usual status and current weekly status. Now you must be wondering भाई ये क्या होता है usual status और current weekly status? Usual status का मतलब होता है the activity of an individual based on a reference period during the last 365 days. During the last 365 days preceding the date of survey. मतलब अगर मेरे से डेटा लिया गया, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरे से क्वेश्चन पूछा गया भाई आप पिछले एक साल में एम्प्लॉयड थे या अनएम्प्लॉयड थे, ठीक है, तो पिछले एक साल की एक्टिविटी मेरी मैप की जाएगी. ठीक है? However, in the current weekly status, the data is based on the reference period 7 days before the date of survey. ठीक है? तो ये होता है यूजुअल स्टेटस में हम पिछले एक साल का एक्टिविटी मैप करते हैं, while in the current weekly status we map only the data of the last 7 days preceding the date of survey. ठीक है जी? Now these are the three indicators which are the result of periodic labor force survey. Periodic labor force survey हम तीन चीजें निकालते हैं. एक तो होता है LFPR, that is labor force participation rate, which is defined as the percentage of persons in labor force. Labor force. Now what is the meaning of labor force here? लेबर फोर्स का मतलब है वर्किंग और सीकिंग और अवेलेबल फॉर वर्क. या तो काम कर रहे हैं या फिर काम ढूंढ रहे हैं या फिर अवेलेबल है काम के लिए, ठीक है। ये होता है लेबर फोर्स का मतलब। अब जो घर बैठ के काम ही नहीं ढूंढना चाह रहे, वो लेबर फोर्स का पार्टी नहीं है, ठीक है। मतलब वो बस चिल करना चाह रहे हैं लाइफ में, दीज पीपल आर नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ लेबर फोर्स, राइट। So LFPR is defined as the percentage of persons in labor force in the population. WPR, worker population ratio, is defined as the percentage of employed person in the population, right? Employed कितने हैं, ठीक है। Unemployment rate, of course, the percentage of persons unemployed among the persons in the labor force only, ठीक है। अब उनको unemployed की कैटेगरी में नहीं डाला जाता जो घर बैठ के चिल कर रहे हैं या चिल करना चाहते हैं, they are not seeking the work or they are not available for work. If such is the case, that person is not considered as unemployed, ठीक है। Unemployment rate is defined as the percentage of persons unemployed among the persons in the labor force, ठीक है। Do remember it. Now this is the data for the period of October to December 2024, and now this data, remember, is for urban areas only, ठीक है। So LFPR in current weekly status in urban areas for person in the age group of 15 years and above. For male it is 75.4, female 25.2, while overall it is 50.4. WPR की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो 70.9 for male, फीमेल के लिए 23.2 पर्सन और ओवरऑल के लिए 47.2। और अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट की बात करें तो इन अमंगस्ट मेल इट इज 5.8, अमंग फीमेल इट इज 8.1, while overall unemployment rate stood at 6.4%. Now please do remember, if your examination is within a month or 2 months, then this data is very important for you. Otherwise, अगर जो अब एक और क्वार्टर का जब आएगा, जनवरी टू मार्च 2025 का जब आ जाएगा, तो वो वाला आपके लिए यूजफुल हो जाएगा। और उसके बाद जब ईयरली आएगा तो फिर वो ईयरली वाला यूजफुल होगा आपके एग्जाम के लिए, ठीक है। सो दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन द डेट ऑफ योर एग्जामिनेशन। लेट्स आइडेंटिफाई द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट नाउ। It was launched in 2014 by the NSO, not 2014 but 2017, ठीक है। Overall LFPR in CWS in urban areas for the persons of age 15 years and above for the period of this to this stood at 50.4, बिल्कुल सही। Overall WPR stood at 47.2, that's also correct. Overall UR in unemployment rate in CWS in urban areas stood at 5.4. It's not 5.4 but 6.4%, ठीक है। So we need to identify the incorrect statement, which means option A, only 1 and 4 will be the right answer. Option A, only 1 and 4. Okay, I hope it is clear. Let's talk about question number 2. Very important. It is based on a scheme which was released last year only. Which of the following statements is correct with respect to the PM internship scheme announced in budget 24-25? So I hope you guys remember that in budget 24-25, the government of India came up. The Ministry of the Finance Minister announced a scheme, Prime Minister's internship scheme, right? So, and it was launched also in the year 2024. Last year it was launched, okay, as per the provisions of budget. Now, why we are talking about it today? Because the government has launched the second round of pilot phase of PM internship scheme, right? And that's why we are talking about it. Okay, so ये तो हो गया कि why it is in news. Now, what this scheme is all about? Let's talk about the scheme in detail. Remember the scheme. What is the objective? It aims to provide internship opportunities to 1 crore youth in top 500 companies in the next 5 years, right? 1 crore youth will get the internship opportunities in how many companies? 500. In how many years? 5 years. Do remember these three numbers. Launched in 2024 and it is being implemented by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Please do not confuse between the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship or Ministry of Education or Ministry of Finance. It is being implemented by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, which is headed by Nirmala Sitharaman, right? Eligibility की बात करें, so age group of the candidates should be between 21 and 24 years. He or she should not be employed full time or should not be engaged in full time education, right? And education qualification की बात करें, so high school, higher secondary, possess a certificate from an ITI, diploma, तो कोई भी हो सकता है, ठीक है। इसके लिए कोई बहुत ज्यादा एलिजिबिलिटी है नहीं, ठीक है। Now, how these 500 companies have been selected? So these companies have been selected by the ministry based on their average CSR expenditure of the last 3 years. पिछले 3 सालों में उन्होंने कितना एवरेज CSR एक्सपेंडिचर करा है, उसके बेसिस पे इन टॉप 500 कंपनीज को गवर्नमेंट ने सिलेक्ट किया, राइट। How much financial assistance will be provided to the interns? So each interns will be provided with a monthly stipend of rupees 5,000 एंड इट इज सप्लीमेंटेड बाय वन टाइम फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस ऑफ ₹6,000। तो एक बार 6,000 मिलेंगे और बाकी 12 महीनों के लिए 5,000 रुपए। सो इन टोटल कितना हो जाएगा? 66,000 इन टोटल 12 महीनों के लिए कितना हो जाएगा? एंड व्हाई आई एम सेइंग 12 months बिकॉज द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द इंटर्नशिप इज 12 months। द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ इंटर्नशिप इज व्हाट? 12 months, and in out of these 12 months at least half of the period must be spent in the actual work experience and not in the classroom. All right, that's all about PM internship scheme, guys. I hope it is clear. Let's identify the correct statement now. It aims to provide internship opportunities to 2 crore youth. नहीं, पहला ही statement गलत हो गया, 2 crore नहीं, 1 crore. Alright, the scheme is being implemented by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. No. Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Each intern will be supported with monthly financial assistance of ₹5,000, supplemented by one-time financial assistance of 6,000. This is absolutely correct, and this will be the right answer to our question because we need to identify the correct statement. ठीक है, चलिए, I think option E is also correct, तो इसको 21 to 25 कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, I'll change the PDF. I'll make the changes in the PDF, right? और ये D वाला गलत है because the duration of internship is not 6 months but 12 months. Okay, चलिए, question number 3 पे आते. Very important again. During Qatar's Amir's visit to India, a number of MOU has been signed between the two nations, India and Qatar. In which of the following areas the MOU has not been signed? So Qatar's head of state was on a visit. Qatar's head of state was on a visit to India, and during his visit a number of MOUs and agreements have been signed. ठीक है, क्या क्या agreements हैं बस आपको लिस्ट पता होनी चाहिए. There is no need to go into the details of all these agreements and partnerships and MOUs. Right, number 1 is agreement on establishment of bilateral strategic partnership. Agreement on establishment of bilateral strategic partnership. Revised agreement for avoidance of double taxation and prevention of fiscal evasion with respect to taxes on income and its protocol. Double taxation को avoid करना के लिए एक agreement sign किया है, and also to prevent the fiscal evasion. कोई भी tax का evasion ना हो सके, उससे बचने के लिए the countries have signed an agreement. The MOU has been signed between the finance ministries of both the nation on financial and economic collaboration. An MOU has been signed for cooperation in the field of youth and sport, for cooperation in the field of documents and archives. An MOU has been signed between Invest India and Invest Qatar. Purpose they have not defined yet. And an MOU has been signed between CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, and Qatari Businessmen Association. So, from if you are going to get a question from these from this list of MOUs, you are going to get such kind of question only which I have prepared for you. ठीक है, इसमें डिटेल में जाने की आपको जरूरत नहीं है. They are definitely not going to ask the details, right? So, Leah, what is the answer? Financial Economic Cooperation, Youth and Sport, Documents and Archives, CII and Qatari Business. Yeah, there is no such MOU for cooperation in the area of traditional medicines. The right answer is option E. The right answer, my dear friends, is option E. Question number 4, very important. The World Day of Social Justice is observed annually on 20th of February by United Nations. There are 4 key principles of the World Day of Social Justice. Which of the following is not one of the 4 key principles? Right, very important questions, my dear friends. So, the World Day of Social Justice is observed annually on 20th of February, and it is observed by United Nations, right? And we will be celebrating every year 20th February as the World Day of Social Justice. It was decided during the 62nd session of United Nations General Assembly in the year 2007, and 1 year, 2 years in fact, in the next session, that is since the 63rd session, we have been celebrating the World Day of Social Justice on 20th of February, right? Now, why we observe, why we celebrate, or why we observe this day? So, this day is observed to emphasize that social justice cannot be attained without peace, security, and respect for all human rights and fundamental freedoms. ठीक है, बिना human rights के और बिना fundamental freedom के respect किए हुए, बिना peace के और बिना security के, we can't attain the social justice. And there are 4 key principles for this. Number 1, tackling poverty, exclusion, and unemployment, promoting fairness, equality, and respect for diversity, ensuring access to social protection, and applying human rights in all spheres of life, including the workplace. Right? For the year 2025, for this year, the theme is strengthening a just transition for a sustainable future. Strengthening a just transition for a sustainable future is the 2025 theme. Okay? Now, what are we doing? What initiatives the government of India has launched? What initiatives the government of India has launched for ensuring social justice in the country? So there are a number of schemes, like for example, PM Ajay, that stands for PM Anusuchit Jati Abhyuday Yojana, which was launched in 21-22 with three components. These are Adarsh Gram Development, grants in aid for socio-economic projects, and hostel construction in higher educational institutions. Now, why I am teaching you, why I am telling you these initiatives of social justice? Because if you are going to get any descriptive question related to social justice in India, because social justice is an exclusive topic in economic and social issues part of RBI and NABARD. So if you are going to get any descriptive question, you can make use of these initiatives that, okay, these are the initiatives which are being implemented by the government of India to ensure social justice in India. Right. Similarly, we have a scheme that is Shresht, which stands for Scheme for Residential Education for Students in High Schools in Targeted Areas, which aims to bridge service gaps in scheduled caste dominant areas by providing support or by providing financial assistance to the institutions and high quality residential schools. Basically, इसमें क्या होता है कि जो SC dominant areas है वहाँ पे जो SC स्टूडेंट्स है उनको रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल में हाई क्वालिटी रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल में भेजने का सपोर्ट सरकार करती है. ठीक है. Then the government Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment organizes Purple Fest, which is a movement towards a more equitable society, accessibility, dignity, equal opportunity, right? Then we have program Namaste, which stands for National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem. It is a joint initiative of Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and Housing and Urban Affairs. And this initiative, this particular initiative aims to ensure the safety, dignity and sustainable livelihood of the sanitation workers in the country. Okay? And don't you worry guys, I will be teaching all these schemes in detail when I will be starting the government schemes session. Okay? And yes, aaj, right after this class at 8:50, right after this class at 8:50, I will be taking a master class on government schemes where I will be teaching a very important government scheme in just 10 to 12 minutes. Okay? The link of that particular session is in the description of this video. Please go. आपको ऐसे लिखा हुआ आएगा मास्टर क्लास लिंक, मास्टर क्लास. तो मास्टर क्लास में फ्राइडे वाली जो मास्टर क्लास का लिंक होगा, प्लीज उसको देख लेना और अभी आ जाना 8:50 पे. ठीक है. चलिए let's find out the answer. Which of the following is not one of the key principles? Yeah, option D, promoting charity as the primary solution to social injustice is not one of the key principles of World Day for Social Justice. Okay, all right. Now let's talk about the questions in short. But before that, if you want to have the PDF of this class, you can join the Telegram channel. एक टेलीग्राम चैनल का लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी मिल जाएगा. एक दूसरा चैनल ये भी है, Manish Sir RBI SEBI NABARD. And if you want to join this group to have peer-to-peer discussion and to have discussion with me, you can join this group as well. And मैं फिर से बता दूं, 8:50 पे गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स की क्लास है. लिंक क्लास का आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा मास्टर क्लास के नाम से. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. The National Consumer Helpline has achieved unprecedented success in the northeastern region of India. Which northeastern state has emerged as a standout performer with, it's not which, it's with 15,860 consumer grievances registered in the state in 2024. The standout performer in implementation of National Consumer Helpline among the northeastern states is Arunachal Pradesh, my dear friends. Option E is the right answer. Option E. Under which sections of Essential Commodities Act of 1955 any entity which is found to have violated the stock limits will be subjected to suitable punitive action? Under which section? ठीक है. अगर कोई भी एंटिटी स्टॉक लिमिट्स का वायलेशन करती है, फॉर एग्जांपल गवर्नमेंट ने एक लिमिट लगा रखी है होगी, फॉर एग्जांपल कि भाई x मेट्रिक टन वीट जो है आप स्टॉक कर सकते हो, उससे ज्यादा नहीं कर सकते. सो इफ एनी एंटिटी इज फाउंड टू हैव वायलेटेड द स्टॉक लिमिट्स, देन दैट एंटिटी shall be subjected to suitable punitive action under section 6 and 7 of the Essential Commodities Act of 1955. Very important question. ऐसे क्वेश्चन को हल्के मत लेना भाई. The 6th edition of Delhi International Leather Expo 2025 will be organized at India International Convention and Expo Center in Dwarka and New Delhi. Which among the following organizations will organize the event? It will be organized by Council for Leather Exports. Council for Leather Exports. With which of the following? With which of the following e-commerce platform Trifed has entered into an MOU along with Indian Federation of Culinary Associations and Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Rural Industrialization to facilitate tribal businesses. ट्राइबल बिजनेसेस को फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए कौन से ई-कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ ट्राइफेड ने एमओयू किया है? इट इज मीशो. मीशो इज द राइट आंसर. क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. The International Organization of Aids to Marine Navigation, ठीक है, was established in 1957 to enhance its role in shaping international standards and best practices for safe and efficient navigation. During the first General Assembly of IALA, IALA इसकी फ्रेंच शॉर्ट फॉर्म है, इसलिए इसको IALA से याद रखेंगे, और बाकी नाम तो यही है, इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ एड्स टू मरीन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, राइट. During the first General Assembly of IALA, India has been elected to vice presidency of this organization. Now, I have searched a lot, but I could not find that which country has been selected as has been selected to the presidency of IALA. It must be France only because the headquarters of IALA are in France. So, but I'm not sure. Okay, I tried to find, a lot that which country has been elected to the presidency of IALA. तो अगर आपको पता हो तो आप मेरे को कमेंट में लिख के जरूर बताना, मेरे को तो नहीं मिला. Question number 10. With which country Government of India has signed an MOU to promote bilateral scientific and technological collaboration? So we have signed an MOU to promote bilateral scientific and technological collaboration with Nepal. One more question on MOU. With which country Government of India has signed an MOU for collaboration in exploration and resource development of critical minerals? It is Argentina this time. This is a very important question because Argentina does not, does not generally remain in news for these MOUs kind of news. So Argentina से बहुत कम MOUs होते हैं. So this time there are high chances कि Argentina से question आ जाए. Very important question. The very first G20 Employment Working Group meeting has been recently held for discussing two priority issues. Number one, inclusive growth and youth employment, and social security and digitalization for an inclusive future of work. Okay. Which country presided the meeting? This meeting took place at Port Elizabeth, at a place called Port Elizabeth, and this Port Elizabeth is in South Africa, and this country, South Africa, presided this particular meeting. Okay. For what purpose Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, National Institute of Water and Sanitation, SPM Nivas, and Arghyam have signed an MOU? Arghyam or SPM Nivas ने क्यों MOU sign किया है? That is the question. So they have signed an MOU to develop DPI for the WASH sector, digital public infrastructure for the WASH sector. Question number 14. बहुत ही important question. The high level committee under the chairpersonship of Union Home Minister, who is currently Amit Shah, has proposed more than 1,500 crores of central assistance under NDRF to 5 states affected by flood, flash flood, landslide, cyclonic storm during the year 2024. Which of the following is not one of the 5 states? The 5 states are Andhra Pradesh, Nagaland, Tripura, Odisha, and Telangana. So fifth one is not the Tamil Nadu, and therefore the right answer is option E. Alright, and the last question for today, very important. सारे question important लग रहे हैं भाई. Which of the following traditional medicine systems have been included in the ICD-11, that is International Classification of Disease Module number 11? ठीक है, और क्या है ये? It is the global standard for recording health information and causes of death. पूरी दुनिया में health information के बारे में कौन सा वायरस कौन सी बीमारी करता है, कौन सा बैक्टीरिया कौन सी बीमारी करता है, ये बीमारी किस वजह से होती है, इस वजह से क्या हो सकता है, इस बीमारी की वजह से, everything there is a standard. ठीक है, and that standard is mentioned in the International Classification of Diseases module number 11. ठीक है, and now the traditional medicine systems Ayurveda, Unani and Siddha have been included in ICD-11, and hence the right answer is option B, 1, 3 and 4. 1, 3 and 4. ठीक है. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope all the questions and their explanations are clear. मैं दो बातें फिर से बता दूं. अगर PDF चाहिए तो टेलीग्राम ग्रुप को ज्वाइन करो. उसका नाम है मनीष सर डैश RBI SEBI NABARD और अभी राइट आफ्टर दिस क्लास एट 8:50 8:50 PM पे मास्टर क्लास है गवर्नमेंट स्कीम की, जिसमें मैं पढ़ाऊंगा एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट गवर्नमेंट स्कीम इन जस्ट 10 minutes, और उसका लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा। चलिए, नाउ इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स यू कैन आस्क मी, अदरवाइज गिव मी अ थम्स अप, और चलते हैं फिर अपने अपने घर को। एंड किसी ने हाउ आर यू बोला था मेरे को, दर्शन दत्ता ने बोला था। आई होप दर्शन दत्ता यू आर हियर एंड आई एम वेरी गुड, आई होप यू आर आल्सो गुड। इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स गाइस, अब अच्छा मैंने एक चीज नोटिस करी, जब मैं क्लास खत्म करने वाला होता हूँ तब नंबर ऑफ पीपल वाचिंग लाइव बढ़ जाता है। पता नहीं क्या वेट कर रहे होते हैं कि क्लास खत्म होगी तब हम ज्वाइन करेंगे। व्हाट क्वेश्चन यू हैव आस्क्ड भाई, मैं लास्ट में ही आंसर करता हूँ, इसलिए बीच में क्वेश्चन मत पूछा करो। Sir, in RBI Grade B, what is the safe score on GA? My dear friend, there is no safe score for GA. There is no safe score for quant. There is no safe score for reasoning. That depends on the level of difficulty of the examination. What if I tell you that okay, 40 is the safe score? What if the examination in 2024 will be is going to be very easy? तो क्या होगा? So if you are already deciding a score na, you are limiting yourself, my dear friend, so don't do that. If anybody is telling you that okay, target this much score in this section, please don't do that. If you are doing this, you are going to limit yourself. Okay, Aman, try to score as maximum as possible. The sky is the limit. Okay, although we should not reach the sky, but I never suggest a particular score that has to be targeted in any particular examination section. ठीक है, चलिए, thank you very much. I'll see you in the math class. Goodbye, take care, and God bless.